and welcome back. I'm Kelli Youngman and I'm here to talk all things wellness. So, today's video is going to be just a little chat about something that's been on my mind lately. So, I don't know about you, but I feel like there are times when I get stuck or frustrated, and I'm a very inquisitive, kind of like in my head person. And sometimes I tend to be an overthinker. Anyone else out there? But yeah, so sometimes I tend to run through things in my head over and over and try to figure out how I could have done it differently or how things might have changed. Or, I mean, in general, I think that's something that a lot of people do, is kind of just look back to learn, to gain insight, and to use that information to move forward. And I think that is super beneficial until it starts making you feel bad, or you start tapping into that place, that alignment of a time in your life that maybe wasn't the greatest, right? I'm sure we all have those times where we can look back and say, you know what, that time of my life was not my high point, or, you know, in those moments I could have chosen a different path. And again, I think there's so much benefit to like learn from where we've been to inform us as we keep moving forward. But I do think it comes to a point where it's like, well, why am I trying so hard to figure it out, right? Like maybe I don't need to know exactly why that happened. I don't need to dissect why I was feeling that way or why I should have done something different. Right? Like, and so there's like a very clear distinction. Of course, like I believe in therapy. I go to therapy, and I think that sometimes we need to heal. Definitely. We need to heal. We need to explore our feelings, our emotions, and all of that has so much value. So I want to encourage you to keep with it if you're going to therapy. If it's something you're interested in, definitely seek it out and give it a try. I truly think there's so much value in getting to know yourself and getting to understand why you are the way you are. But I know for me, again, I tend to be an overthinker, and I tend to love diving in and really like figuring things out. And I just think sometimes maybe we don't have to figure it out. So a thought I had this week when I was talking to my life coach was, I was where I was, and now I am where I am. Let me say it one more time. I was where I was, and now I am where I am. So I can't remember exactly why this came up, but I think it was along the lines of, I was like, you know, I wasted so much time when I was younger feeling insecure or identifying as someone who had to struggle or X, Y, and Z. And I was like, just going in and like really like feeling the emotions of how I felt then. And then I was like, you know what, Kelli? I was where I was, you were there, and now you're here. And those are two separate things, and that's okay. My life coach gave me this really beautiful analogy about a jazz band. Sometimes different instruments take the lead and the other ones fall back, and there's like ebb and flow, and it all comes together for this beautiful improvisational song, right? So it's not set in stone. Things are always changing, and it's okay that they're changing. It's okay that we were different then and we're different now, and we'll be different tomorrow and the next day. So I guess the point of it being like, we don't have to draw comparisons about ourselves or about different situations we were in. And especially, I think for all my performers out there, you know, we are in a weird time with our careers, just kind of having theaters shut down and all of that. Like, I get it. And believe me, I have my days where I'm like, this sucks. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I want to go back to how things were. I want to be doing performances. And side note, if you haven't watched Jingle Jangle yet on Netflix, you have to watch it. I watched it the other night and I truly just like started sobbing because I was like, just so taken back by the first dance number where they're singing and dancing and acting, and it reminds me like how beautiful the arts are and how special it is to be a part of that community. However, I digress. So going back, but for my performers especially, like things are changed right now. Things are flipped upside down. And it's like, how do we accept and love where we are now, even though we want to celebrate and remember those times that we've had and be grateful for them, but not to the point where it makes us feel really sad or makes us feel like we're not there, so that's not good. You know what I mean? It's kind of like this balance of knowing and appreciating the past and also allowing that to shape our future, allowing ourselves to dream about what's to come still and not get stuck on the fact that it's not here. But again, I just think there's value in remembering I was where I was and now I am where I am. That's like a really simple and beautiful thing to know, because we're always going to be changing and shifting. Different parts of our lives are going to be thriving or taking the priority at one time, but that doesn't change who you are, and it doesn't change who you can become or who you want to become. All of this to say, we are human, and I think we need to be gentler with ourselves. We need to be open to be stepping outside of our comfort zones, and again, just getting comfortable with the change, getting comfortable with knowing that things are never going to be the same at any given time. Yeah, I guess maybe that can seem overwhelming, but I think there's something really beautiful in the fact that this is like an ever-changing, ever-shifting reality. And we have the power to make it what we want it to be. So anyways, I hope that resonates with you. I hope it gives you something to think about as you go through the week. And just remember, we're human. And today you are where you are. Tomorrow you'll be where you are.
That's not right.
You are where you are. And wherever that is, it's okay. And you can always get to wherever you want to be. So, sending you so much love. I hope you have a great week. And I'll see you back next week for another video. Bye!